Amelia, you've been in the New York area for about a month now. Does the picture you had of America that you've just described correspond to what you've seen here in the schools and the communities you've been in?
Well, when I came up here, most of the people in New York told me that segregation is only practiced in the South, but in the North, they have now begun to have integration. Well, I didn't think much about it, but one day after school, I went to a restaurant with a friend of mine, and she's an English girl, and we sat there and waited to be served by a waiter. Well, the waiter just came around, looked at us and passed us and went around serving others who came in after us. Well, I knew at once what he was doing, but my friend didn't know it. So she walked up to the waiter and said, well, we've been waiting here so long, won't you serve us? The waiter just looked at her hard and then looked back at me. And then I told the girl that we better leave the restaurant because I understood it. But the girl was shocked, but I wasn't surprised because that was what I was expecting to find. And
how about
Americans,
you, Miss Finn?
Well, in my country...
No, I mean your experience with segregation here. Have you had any?
Well, when I came to America, I was in Dwight Morrow High School, and I went for a haircut in the city. I looked up for a barber shop. I went there, and they told me they were busy. I went to a second one. The same thing happened, and to a third one, too.
How about Dwight Morrow? Are there any Negro students there?
Well, there are quite a lot of them. In fact, about 3/4 Negroes in the school. And they are well treated as the other white people, and I'm happy about it. In fact, one of the vice presidents of the school is a Negro himself, Linton Marsh.
How about you, Boniface? Have you met segregation at all here?
I've not met it. I think they must be pretty lucky, because I've been looking forward to get the segregation against me, but I have not got it yet. It's an irony that a South African will get it and I wouldn't get it myself.
Well, Susan really has felt some here. It's interesting that you're the only one who has not. Yes?
What are we after now? I think we come back to this question of I think it was the United States racial problems. Well, I feel, of course, that the outlook here has continued to be better.
You do?
I do. But on the other hand, this racial segregation, which of course I do, and I'll always make that point clear, is an outcrop of insecurity in economic conditions, and also somehow low-pointed opinions and all that sort of thing. Provides other people with that same pretext by which they could criticize the United States. Asians and Africans can't understand why a country devoted to the greatest ideals of freedom and democratic government should expect to discriminate among their citizens.
We didn't get to ask Sue whether in South Africa her newspapers play up racial news in America, too.
Oh, yes, they played up a great deal. Well, naturally, we get all these stories about the riots at Clinton, Tennessee, and how they had to escort these people to school and bring out the National Guard and so on and so forth.
Mrs. Waller, if I may interpret,
Yes.
I think there are more rats in the Johannesburg area, in the Negro area, than there are in Tennessee. Am I right, Susan?
Oh, well, there are a couple of...
Rats, yes.
No, I wouldn't say riots.
And wait a minute, in the Johannesburg area, you have only one telephone to the whole Negro population.
Oh, rubbish.
Yes.
Where do you get your facts from?
Facts from books written on countable times on South Africa.
Well, that's
We are not the only country in
absolutely
the world.
ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Absolutely
And
true.
I'll get this for you afterwards. There are not, I can
All right, let me
guarantee
finish
you-
my question.
One
Let me
telephone.
finish my statement, please.
No wonder people are prejudiced with so much ignorance.
One telephone in the whole Johannesburg district. Why? They don't want the
That's not
Africans
true.
to have a means of communication by which they could rebel against the people. I'm speaking from facts. John Gunter wrote that.
That's absolutely ridiculous. And I think if you try and...
Oh, you didn't say it was wrong. It is ridiculous,
It's
but not wrong.
it's wrong.
That's
It is wrong.
Ridiculous, but not wrong.
That is no fact.
Wait a minute, Mesfin
Barnabas,
wants
you
to
should
get...
have got your facts from one-sided...
It's not one-sided, Mesfin. It's
It
not
should
one-sided.
be, because
You know.
what you've got is almost all what you've got
All
is
right.
Look, I
against
can
each
assure
I
other.
can give you 4 concurrent. John Gunter wrote that. An African newspaper in Nigeria wrote that. A British paper wrote that. A Lebanese paper wrote that. Are all the world prejudiced against
Well, you
South
can't
Africa?
so much criticize the country without actually going there and seeing what is happening, you see.
I don't need to go there. I told you I wouldn't
You
pay a penny
should.
to go there. How
because
can I go
we
there?
have come to America and we are looking what they are doing in America. We might have got false ideas of America.
In
I
America,
would
the
appreciate
outlook
it
has
if you-
continued to be better. In South Africa, the outlook has continued to be worse.
As a matter of fact-
And that exactly,
I
Ms.
disagree
Mesfin.
with you.
As a matter
No,
of
that
fact, we are
exactly.
progressing.
Wait a minute, Susan. That exactly, Mesfin, is what, Susan, I think you better take care about this. When these Africans come to learn that they are really being discriminated, they are learning now. And when they rise, you know what has been imposed upon the people by law, or what has been suppressed when you get the people really suppressed. When they rise, they shall throw away that same government.